Again, I'm Toby, and I'm here in China. So, if you hear some weirdness with Mr. X, it's because I'm recording this here in China, and Mr. X is in the United States. So,
So sad.
and so his audio might sound a little bit weird sometimes, but that's what you got to do when your friend goes 10,000 miles away, right? Okay, so this is a topic. I think this was our first topic, wasn't it? Like our first topic ever.
Well, not really. It was one of our first topics that we did want to talk about was that all women cheat, but now
Right.
we've kind of
Right.
veered over to our title. Would you like to announce the title?
Actually, before we announce the title, it wasn't just all women cheat. Your words were all women are hoes. That was your word. I'm just gonna
I
say
mean,
that.
I stand by what I say. So, like, I guess you're putting a special emphasis on what actually you said. But yeah, I said it.
Okay. So, yeah, the title of today's podcast is We Know Men Ain't Shit, but Neither Are Women.
That's right.
And I think this has been one of our ongoing arguments about how I maintain, and I don't know if this is just because my innocence or naivete, however you say that word.
My
Naivety, whatever. Anyway, I maintain that women aren't like men, and women aren't cheaters like men. Like, like I'm thinking about my friends, and my friends wouldn't possibly cheat on their husbands or boyfriends. Like they wouldn't do that because they're good people.
Right.
And you have something different to say about that.
What we're just saying is none of your friends in history of having friends has ever cheated.
I'm not saying that.
That's
No.
basically. So but I just did say that. So where do we go from there?
Okay, so.
You just said that.
Okay, so I'm saying, like, if I were to take like a percentage, it would be a very low percentage of what I think. If I look around at my female friends, and I do know that some have cheated, and I told you yesterday about a friend who, she's been my friend since I was 3 years old, and she cheated on her husband. She used me as an alibi to him, who was my friend, and I dropped her because, like, for me, cheating is like a huge offense. It's a no-go. So yes, I am aware of her, and I'm aware of, maybe one or two other instances of cheating. But I would say if I look around at my female friends, I'm assuming they're not cheating on their marriages and their boyfriends and husbands. I'm assuming that because they're good people.
All right. Well, I mean, you kind of changed it. First you said none of your friends cheated. Then you got into these percentages and numbers and all this and that. So, like, whatever. But as we look around, I easily say, okay, some of my lady friends that I know don't cheat, but then on the outside, some of them do cheat. So, like, the thing is that, like, these women here today, these modernized women here today are being put on a pedestal, and they have a lot of a lot of them think like men and have men tendencies, and it's creating a lot of women, with a man's mentality and kind of, having a man and having a guy or two on the side. And this is going on occurring thing.
Okay, so let's deal with this, like, male tendency thing. And
All right.
okay, so women, and I saw this this meme yesterday, right? Like the evolution of feminism or something. Like women can do everything, and then it was like women are better than men, and then it was like women are men.
Right.
And we're kind of at that final stage, and that's, I think that's kind of what you're alluding to, is that women are taking on male traits. But are you saying that males are inherently cheaters? That's a male thing?
Well, okay. Well, you have to go from the standpoint of I wouldn't necessarily use the word cheaters, but in other cultures and in other societies, it is very common for a man to have many girlfriends or wives or concubines, if you will, and that mostly in Western America or whatnot is where you find if you have multiple girlfriends, you're a cheater, or whatever. But different cultures throughout history, even ancient history, the male has always had many wives, and that's the norm.
Okay, but isn't
here in America, it's frowned upon.
Okay,
and it's kind of just real quick. It's kind of pushed that it's okay for women these days to have multiple men, but it's a shame and a crime when men do it. They're cheaters. They're labeled cheaters, like you just said.
Okay, so I think that you're talking about two different things, because if a man in another culture, so let's just say, like Thailand or something, has multiple wives, those wives know about each other. Oh no, Vietnam. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast the other day where this woman comes from a family where her grandfather had 2 wives. And so this girl actually has all of her brothers and sisters, and then considered his other wives' children kind of brothers and sisters too. Like he had 2 complete families. But the thing is that they all knew about each other. What we're talking about is cheating, is a man who says he's monogamous with a woman and he has another girl or multiple women on the side.
Okay, well, you kind of didn't. That's not kind of what you asked me. You said that are men inherited cheaters? Like, how can they be inherited cheaters if it originated from a culture where it wasn't known as cheating? Is what I'm saying. So you kind of like in the middle, like after I finished talking, you kind of like switch the narrative when like. So I need you to explain to me if that's the direction that we're going. How can men be inherently cheaters?
Okay, so I guess because I'm just trying to understand your line of thinking here. So because men are used to having multiple women, it's like genetic, you're saying, or something, right? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, it's in even you can even look at it in the animal kingdom, because here it is. Here's what it is. Men are built to have spread the seed in multiple women, but women can only have seed of one man at a time. And you can look out through history how one man has went on to different women to form different nations. So if it wasn't meant to be, if it wasn't meant for a man to have multiple wives, then how come the woman can only have one seed at a time, but the man can? He can spread the seed out many times as he wants. The woman can only have one seed at a time.
I think it's funny how you're saying seed over and over again, but anyway, go on. Yes.
Well, I mean, what am I supposed to say? Whatever. Let me ask you this question. So, like, can 2 men reproduce?
No.
Or I want to take it there. Can 2 female dogs reproduce?
No.
Okay, why can't they reproduce?
Well, because they don't have the body parts, obviously.
They don't have the body parts. They're not made that way.
Right.
They're not made that way. But can a man reproduce with multiple women?
Yes.
Can a woman reproduce with multiple men at one time?
No.
You have to wait 9 months to have the seed and have plenty of time to recover and all that. I mean, like, why is it like that then? If the woman was able to have multiple partners.
Okay. All right. So at a genetic level, we are animals. and men are made to spread their seed.
And so why is it frowned upon there?
Because, okay, we're not talking about biology anymore. We're talking about a culture that we live in where men are agreeing to their partners. They're getting married. They put a ring on the finger where they say, "You are my woman. You are my one woman." They are agreeing to it. No one's forcing them. When you're married, you don't cheat unless you are open about it with your wife and you have an open marriage or whatever. But we're talking.
Right. So what about all these women that are cheating in marriage? Like I forwarded you an article today where it said a woman leaves her husband of 22 years because the second wife to another husband because he's rich. So she's behind her husband of 22 years, kids that they built together and everything, to be a second wife. Knowing, okay, by your logic, it's all good because everyone knows about each other, but to be a second wife to a man rich. Now, if a man wants to do that, he's worse, the vilest creature on earth that there is. He'd be every kind of name. How could he do this to his wife, the mother of his children, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But in Americans, westernized society, that type of behavior is pushed by the woman. When any other country, any other nation, that's a death sentence.
You know, did you see that thing on Facebook where it was in Florida and this woman was pregnant with one of her 5 fiancés' children?
Yes, yeah.
You saw that?
Yes, I've seen that.
Like, okay. So, did you read the comments in the comment section? Like, that's always my favorite part, obviously.
No, I didn't.
Like, so first of all, she claims to know who the dad was, even though she's like fucking them all at the same time. But she's like, yeah,
right.
I know who the fuck.
That.
Yeah, so I don't think that you're claiming that it's okay for a woman to do that, and because that's today's day and age.
No, I'm not claiming for a woman to do that. What do you mean? I didn't say that.
You said that like society's like, oh yeah, or like women are like, that's cool. I can have multiple men because I'm a woman and I can do what I want. But it's not cool. Like I looked at that situation and I felt weird about it. Like I don't know.
Well, just because you felt weird about it or whatever, like doesn't mean that society is not frowning upon it as a whole. I mean, we're not talking about specifically you or me. We're talking about society as a whole. Like the woman's behavior is not frowned upon. Like this is why they have different beaches where women can go topless and all this other shit. Like how do we explain that? What's wrong with the woman being a woman and like a lady-like woman versus being a what these young kids call a thought, or whoever doesn't know what the thought is, a whore? Why is that type of behavior like okay society? Like look at the big girl at the Lakers game. Like that type of behavior is pushed for the women.
Are you talking about Lizzo?
And then whatever her name is. And then when the man is looking or gives you a compliment or whatever, oh, then he's thirsty or he's a pervert. Like
she's doing it for a man's attention.
What is she doing it for? Why not just be a normal rapper? Isn't she like a rapper?
No, well, she's a singer and a flautist, actually.
And a what?
She plays the flute very well, like legit.
Yeah, she has like a rap song out.
Yeah.
And it's like on the radio or whatever.
Yeah.
But she's an artist.
But you know what's funny is like we're getting off topic here with Lizzo, but like she's a legit.
It's fine.
She's a legit musician, you know, and it's funny.
She's not legit. She's not legit.
No, she is. Like if you listen to her sing, like if you just like took her persona out of it, and like her antics, like her showmanship out of it, she's a great singer and she's a great flute player, like for real. And so something that
we're not talking about. You're not okay, but you're saying taking persona and all this away. That's what makes an artist.
Okay, but hold on. Let me just get to my point. what
antics and anything else. That's what makes an artist.
Okay, fine. That's what makes an artist. But what you said the other day, it kind of like resonated with me. You're like, why
Oh,
can't popular artists, and I think you were even speaking specifically about black artists, why can't they behave properly? Why do they have to do all this shit? Why can't they talk about
no, that's
things other than drugs
right.
and why can't she sing? Why can't she be a lady when she performs?
So I'm kind of missing the point.
Um, well, we're talking about women being whores, right? Like, so
Right.
her her actions, like you really condemned, and we started talking about her because I felt like it was like fat shaming, right? And I shared a thing about how okay, it's all right for skinny women to shake their asses on stage, but it's not okay for a fat woman
And what
to.
did I say?
You said it wasn't about her size.
And what did I say?
You said it was about her behavior.
Right. I mean, so like, why couldn't she just shake her ass or whatever in shorts like the Lakers girls are wearing? Whatever. Why does she have to have ass cheeks and chaps hanging out? Like, what is that all about? So she couldn't got our attention or prove the point without wearing assless chaps or whatever the hell she had on.
Yeah. I don't know.
So like, just like I don't think that's the. And yeah, some people are saying she's too big for it or whatever, blah blah blah. That's not my whole point. My point is like, I'm tired of seeing them shake their ass. It's like that's all they can do. Some of them can't even pour damn water, but you know how to shake your ass. So like, women want a man that doesn't cheat, that doesn't do this and that. Well, men don't want whores.
Yeah, I guess not.
Like legit, a man has to have a damn protocol of things that he has to do before he can even be accepted on a date or a conversation with the woman, let alone sleep with her half of the time. And then if he has to just damn strip search of a test by the woman, it's crazy. It's rough being a man in these days, man. If you don't have the right mindset,
Right.
if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't know how to sniff out and navigate through the bullshit, yeah.
So, okay, so men just want women who aren't whores. Period. Okay. So
Mature man.
Mature men.
Mature man.
Okay. So now let's circle back to this. Why women are like this nowadays? Like, actually, I don't know if this. I asked you this yesterday. Is this like a modern thing with the women cheating like men? Did women used to cheat like 40, 50 years ago? Has this been or 1,000 years ago? Or is this like a modern thing where women feel like it's their right? Or is that what, like with the slut walk, you've brought that up a couple times in our conversations. Like, is it our right to cheat because you guys are?
Well, I believe that's the narrative that they're pushing now, but cheating has definitely been around thousands of years. They even have, in certain religions, they have, or nations, they have rules and laws prohibiting that. So absolutely, cheating's been around, definitely been around, but the way it's pushed here in Western America is like to another level. And now America's cultures and customs are running off on the other countries, man. Like I seen a while back, I seen an Arabian girl. They keep their faces covered or whatnot.
Yeah.
They were protesting, and she was on top of a pole, shaking her ass, and she was shaking that ass too. She had been watching some American videos. Had that happened back in the day, or I didn't know what happened when she got off the pole. What happened back in the day, she would have got put to death.
Right.
But yes, a lot of women have this man mentality because they've been in so many doomed relationships and hurt so many times.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them will use anything to to be to fulfill that I guess that emptiness or that void from past relationships, past hurt.
Mm-hmm.
As well as men, I mean, we already know men ain't shit, but because that's the part of the topic. But the women are starting to take the lead if they haven't already taken the lead.
Okay, well, just from an equality standpoint, if men are cheating, why can't women do it too then?
Well, why should you? Well, why be in a relationship if you feel that you need to cheat? Because
Okay.
my thing is I think is it's being said it's okay for women to do it, but it's not okay for men to do it.
Oh, it's never been okay for men to do it. And I don't think anyone's saying that it's okay for women to do it. But I can ask that same question of you. Why do men cheat? Why even get in a relationship if you're gonna cheat?
But here's the thing: it's in our genetics. It's in our DNA. It's already instilled in us.
The end. You don't
it's
have
in our makeup.
That's your only defense.
It's in our makeup to want to have multiple women. Not necessarily. The fact is that women can't accept it. Society doesn't accept that. Okay, so have you ever cheated in a relationship in your life?
No, I have not.
Okay, all right. The woman is not really supposed to be geared towards that type of behavior, is what I'm saying.
And you and I have talked about this topic in a 12-year marriage that recently, again, I've said this a couple podcasts ago, we've separated. I never cheated because like you said, I have integrity, and whatever problems we had and whatever slumps we had, it never occurred to me to walk outside of the bedroom, as it were.
Right.
And that's kind of what I assume about other people. And that's from the beginning of the podcast when I said, I look around at my friends. I assume that too. I assume that my friends have problems in their marriages and, slumps where they're not fucking their husband or whatever. But I'm assuming that they're not walking out on their husband. I'm assuming that they are staying true because that's just me and maybe I'm innocent.
Well, yeah, I believe a lot of that's what you're innocent. But like I said earlier, most people will disappoint you. Most people will let you down. Most people innocent like you. Most people have had their heart broken or have had some type of relationship trauma put on them, man, and they don't know how to handle it. So they create all types of defense mechanisms to help them feel better. Be it be cheating or not even sexually, but having that conversation with what do you call it? I guess spirit. You said it earlier.
Yeah, was it
or a few weeks
emotional affair? Yes.
Emotional affair. There you go.
Yeah.
Total brain fog. Yeah. So, or some people might continue to talk to their ex, but not necessarily with their ex, whatever. Just all different types of defense mechanisms are put up, man. You got some guys and women that might sabotage a relationship just to go out and cheat, and by them initiating they go out and cheat and blame another person, and they make their actions justifiable. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yep.
That's actually happened to me before, so.
Yeah. Well, so if men are genetically wired to have multiple women, why even get in a relationship with a woman if you know that you're going to cheat? That's my question.
Well, how about the woman accept polygamy?
Okay, you know what? That's happening more and more now. Polyamorous relationships is I wouldn't say the buzzword of, relationships in the 21st century, but I think a lot more people are open-minded to it. I think, but it's not the norm, definitely. But that's your
Right.
solution? Is just outright
I
polygamy?
mean, that could be the solution, or it could be, well, the same could be asked. Why do women in relationships and marriages and cheat? I know some women that have literally, the man will bend over backwards for them to do everything, and you still walk over this man. Like, how does that work? Why marry this guy, be with him for years, and then, he treats you like you want to be treated, but you cheat? I know women that didn't work. Their husband gave them everything, and they still would cheat on them. So that all about. That's not talked about. You see, you'll go on. Well, probably not you, but I go on my Facebook timeline, and I'll see men getting blasted, memes about men being cheating and this and that, and there are few of us shit about women to pop up, but it's majority of women bashing men about cheating and being dogs and this and that. Well, you women are doing it too. So we need to stop putting these women on the pedestal, because a lot of them don't act like women, and call a spade a spade. Because you remember my little comment from my little comment board, my little post from yesterday. I actually wanted to read some of those about women and their secrets about these men, and this was like 35 different secret confessions.
That actually rocked my world because, like there's that one woman who said, like she cheats on her husband because he doesn't have good dick or something like that, and it's like a lot of it was like that. Like, or I still sleep with my ex because my current boyfriend doesn't fuck me the way I want or whatever, like it was just like, it was just stupid shit.
Let's tackle the first one. Like, why would you marry a guy? So you've had sex with him. You continue to have sex with him. Not only do you continue to have sex with him, but you married him.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that?
I know. I know. Like,
but like, hey, women know, they're all queens and they're all princesses, and we have to take care of them. All this shit, ridiculous.
I still think it's a mindset that, well, men do it, so we can too.
Well, just leave them then. How about that?
Well, the same could be asked for you. Why don't you just leave your women then, if you're going to cheat on them?
Well, a lot of the time, a woman will pressure a man into being in a relationship. You give him an ultimatum when the guy's showing you that he doesn't want to be in a relationship, or he's showing you that he's not relationship material, and you push to give him an ultimatum, then he'll give you the relationship and then he'll cheat on him. But he shows you who he was.
Cheating on their husbands.
What about women? What?
Cheating on their husbands. How do we fix that? What do we say about that?
Well, she needs to be single then. She should just be single. I mean, like, if you marry a guy, what's the reason you're marrying the guy for? What are you marrying him for?
Yeah.
So if you, because a lot of women, and I've dated women like this, like a lot of women just happy with themselves inwardly, and so they'll be from man to man to man to man to man, thinking this next guy's going to fulfill whatever she's missing, but in reality, it's her.
Yeah.
It's her. And she'll cheat. And the guy that she cheats with will leave her so empty, so she'll feel bad and she'll go back to the guy that she was originally with. Like,
Yeah.
So, but to me, the solution is communication, man. To slow the cheating down, you have to communicate with your other and accept their criticism that they give towards you in the relationship, and not let it sour the relationship, and communication and negotiation. I don't believe that I forget the word. I'm having a total meltdown. I'm also trying to watch football.
Really? So I don't have your 100% focus right now.
You have my 105% focus, woman.
Okay. So you said this yesterday that a lot of the reasons why people cheat is because there's a breakdown in communication. They don't feel like, I mean, one of those posts yesterday was like, I don't have the courage to tell my husband I want to be choked or something like that. Like, bitch, just tell him you want to be choked. Like, what's the problem here? You're married to the guy.
Like,
You can't say
Right.
choke me to your husband?
yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah, I
Crazy.
guess we just need to be better communicators in our relationship, and I guess if we're talking about sex and cheating, right? We need to have better sex
Right.
in our relationships.
For the record, I'm not gonna actually choke you. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna fuck choke you. 99 times out of 99 times out of 99, I like it.
All women like to be choked, huh?
All women like to be choked.
Okay. We'll see in the comments section if that's true.
Get this motherfucker off here, Reverend. Either show it in pig.
Yeah, like I want to substantiate that claim because you've made it before, and I want to see some actual data about the choking. But yeah. Anyway, we
Okay. I'll ask women, do they like choked? I'll take a survey.
do a poll on your Facebook.
Nah, I won't, because too many people don't like them, so I won't get that many.
All right.
I don't get that many responses.
Okay, how about on
One guy,
on your
my mom
Instagram?
will reply like, "Yes, I like to be choked."
Oh,
Mom replied,
that's disgusting.
"Mom."
Like, Mom, no. An Instagram story. You can do a poll on an Instagram story. I'm going to do it. I'll put it on my Instagram. I'll do a poll for women.
Like, you know my social media is different, so.
Okay. Well, okay. Fine. Anyway, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to poll my women. And
I'll do it on my Snapchat. I do it on my Snapchat.
Okay. That sounds good. Well, anyway, I think we can wrap up here. And so thank you, Mr. X, for joining me across the world. This has been pretty good, I think.
All right, so thanks for tuning into our podcast. You can catch us on many other platforms.
Like YouTube, we're Talking Stuff podcast because you can't swear, right? So
Right.
It's Talking Stuff. Twitter's Talking Shit too. I didn't get it quick enough. Spotify Talk, quote shit. Podbean Talk shit. And Instagram at Talk _ shit. And remember to press that subscribe button. And we'd really appreciate it if you left us a comment too. So have a good day.
Laters.